Hello, beautiful friends. Just taking a moment. It's been a while since I put something up. Let me just turn that up a little bit. And yeah, just wanted to give you a really heartfelt practice that has come through even recently in some of my teachings. And the first one, really the little bit longer practice where we're going to do generational healing at intergenerational healing within our bodies, parts. So it really sums up this integrative approach where I really use these therapeutic modalities, mindfulness, right? The practice of yoga in our living life, IFS therapy or parts work, EMDR, and some of the really wisdom that comes from that approach, therapeutic approach, and of course, somatics and nervous system resiliency and wisdom, just wisdom. And so if you want to join me in this practice, let's get started. So the purpose of this amazing practice is really to safely access and process intergenerational transmission of what we might call burdens and or personal material that we carry in our bodies, in our minds, in our souls, in whatever way. So throughout this together, let's just first get a little more comfortable in our seats, wherever you're at. If you want to lie down, if you want to sit, if you want to sigh and take a breath, maybe place your hand on your heart. And just see if you can allow the seat, wherever you are, lying, sitting, whatever that is, to hold you even 2% more, to hold your body, to hold you, to hold all those manager parts of you and any other parts of you, just a little more holding. In whatever way, 2% matters. 2% matters. And that's just us just arriving together into our experience. And let's just begin by helping our nervous systems and our systems, our whole systems, just settle and orientate to the present. So just notice your body and your breath in whatever way is suitable for you, whatever way works for you. There is no right or wrong way to do this. Everything's an invitation, an invitation. And just let your awareness gently land internally in some way. And just notice where you are right now. Where are you right now? What helps you know that you're here? Like I look out the windows, I see one of my beautiful plants. What lets you know that you're here? Whatever it is, wherever you are, even something neutral, what lets you know that you're here and that you're in the present? And maybe together we can find just a sense of relatively safe enough in this moment. Relatively safe enough in this moment together. Not perfect, just enough to support ourselves in beginning this journey together. So let's just work together. If you want to go to this next piece of this guided practice, we'll work together with something small yet manageable. So this isn't about finding the most difficult thing the deepest trauma. This is about finding something in the moment that you're noticing internally that maybe is small or manageable, right? And if it's big, just take a piece of it at a time to make it more manageable for you. Kindness to ourselves, to our body, it helps us integrate. It's compassion. And then rather than going into a whole story around whatever it is, just notice what comes up. And if you get multiple things, maybe just breathe and just know, like, I'm just going to select one thing, maybe one thing that needs my attention. And if it feels more than manageable, I'm just going to take a little aspect of that one thing. And it could be some tension in your body. It could be some thoughts or beliefs. It could be an image or a recent incident or occasion. It could be feelings, emotion, sensations. So there is no right or wrong what shows up for you, but just break it down into a manageable amount, just a sliver. We don't need the whole story around it, just a sliver of what you're noticing. And then just what's asking for my attention. And where do I notice that in my body? Where do I notice the sliver and what I'm giving attention to? Just staying with what's manageable, but where might I notice it in or around my body? And just gently note. And now we're just going to work on staying connected to the present while noticing this. As you notice this experience, this sliver, also stay aware of your body here. Come back to your body. Notice the seat supporting you again. Maybe that anchor that you found around you. Maybe that hand on your heart. Maybe your breath. Maybe my presence holds space for you. And then let's just relate to this experience rather than become it. See if you can just relate to it. So the sliver of experience, turning our attention there. And just see if you can notice this as something you're experiencing rather than all of who you are. It is something valid. It's something that you are experiencing that is showing up in some way. But it's a piece of the whole. It's a piece of the whole. And just gently see if you can acknowledge it with something like, I feel you, or I see you, or I sense you in some way. That's it. Just simply, I see, or I hear, or I sense you, I feel you. And just notice what happens as you do that. No right or wrong, just notice. And then let your body guide this next part. As we walk into this next part, just begin to notice what your body wants to do. Like my body wants to sway and move a little bit. That just feels nourishing for me. Just see if there's something, maybe a stretch or even a small movement. Maybe a breath, maybe imagining it. Maybe you see energy move. And just notice, is there an impulse to move or to shift or to sway or maybe to breathe a little differently? It can be really micro little things too. Maybe there's just this sense of wanting to push away or expand or reach out or maybe even come in. You don't have to act fully on it if that doesn't feel right. If you do not want to, right? Just notice the impulse with awareness. And if you do want to engage in that, feel free to do that in whatever way, as little or as much as you want. Maybe you notice like a shape or a texture or the quality of this experience in your body. And then maybe we move into just some meaning, and maybe just sometimes it can help to just gently wonder, like curiosity. I wonder about this. I have even a little curiosity, even 2% curiosity about this experience. And maybe it's like, maybe this sliver that you're working with, maybe it is something, an event, or it's related to something earlier. You might just wonder what was happening back then, if it was. Just curiosity. You don't need an answer. Just putting a little curiosity out there. I wonder what might have been happening. Or might what have shaped this response that I am with. And that's good enough. Know that that's good enough. This all opens the door, and it does it so gently that our bodies, our parts, right, can come along and they can build and expand on this beautiful work. So let's explore what your system needs now. As you stay with us, notice if anything begins to shift. It may or may not. Again, no right or wrong, just notice. Even subtle. And just notice what might want to happen next. And you don't have to go into it. You could just, the inquiry, right? What might want to happen next? And maybe you just notice that. Or maybe you name it. Maybe there's some expansion that might want to come in, or some release. Maybe there's something that would like to release, and whether that's now or down the road. Maybe it's a softening. Maybe it's like a completing something. Something's completing in some way, or anything else. And just gently notice and consider, what might resolution feel like in my body? What might that feel like in my body? I just felt kind of like an opening, a little bit more open. Remember, it can be micro things. You might notice some energy wanting to discharge, or a little softening. You might notice a little difference in your breath. Maybe some emotional release, or maybe none of those. That's fine. Let's listen for what was needed. See if you can sense what was needed here that wasn't received. Maybe what was needed that maybe wasn't received before or in the past. Was it maybe some sense of safety, or sense that you could be you could be authentic, or just sense that you feel supported? Maybe having a voice. Maybe it was something where you really needed to express or have a voice or be seen or heard in some way. Maybe you needed protection. Maybe you just needed connection. Connection, right? And maybe you place your hand on your heart. And notice even a small piece of that can be offered now. Just even a small piece. That can be so significant and huge. We don't even have to go into the story or what that does. Just notice, little holding. And let's help your system settle and just integrate this, what we did, what we've done together today. And even if you didn't get through the whole thing, any piece of work, micro moments matter. They matter so significantly. They're really, truly the way that most of us heal along the way. So we just come back to our breath, and or into your seat or where you're lying down. Notice it support you just even 2% more. Your surroundings, maybe you take in your surroundings again. Where am I? And let your body and your nervous system and your parts just take that in. Where am I in the present moment? And just notice maybe something feels a little different, maybe subtly. And just let your system take that in. And maybe you don't even know. Maybe something subtle happened and you're not quite aware of it. Let your system take it in. You don't have to know. You don't have to have details. You don't have to analyze it. Just see if you can just allow even 2% of this to settle in. And then maybe just a little gentle sway if that feels good again. Just a little, if that feels good or not. Hands on the heart. And know this beautiful practice, good enough. Come back again and again if this works for you. And this really sets the stage for safety in our healing process and connection.